my little loves, and welcome back to the Urban Butchery Channel with me, Franco. Now on today's show I've got something really special for you and something that you can achieve in your own kitchen with no problems. We're going to be doing a chicken potter parcel. Now I know you're going to be saying to yourself, a chicken potter parcel, what is that? Well, let me explain. Normally on chicken, the breast is the most popular part of the chicken, then we go to the thigh and then we go to the drumstick. So what we aim to do with this is to popularise the thigh and leg. So what we're going to do, we're going to take off the thigh and the leg, we're going to debone it, and we're going to turn it into something rather special. So without further ado, bottoms up, heads down, let's crack on. So hello everybody and welcome back to the Urban Butchery Kitchen. So before we start to cut up the chicken, I just want to introduce you to the ingredients that we're going to be using. So firstly, we need some commonly garden stuffing like this. We need some dried apricots. We need some mixed herbs, a lovely bit of virgin olive oil, and last but not least, some dry cured bacon. To create our chicken potter parcel, we are going to need some tools, and the tools we're going to be using for this is a 6-inch boning knife on this occasion, which is tapered. You can use a 5-inch, no issue. We're going to be using a pastry brush, okay, so we're going to be dipping it into the olive oil and covering the chicken with that. We've got some butcher's twine, where we're going to tie the chicken potter parcel up, and we've got a butcher's steel, or an edge maintenance tool. So the first job that we need to tackle to start the chicken potter parcel is to chop up some dried almonds and add it to our stuffing. So I'm going to take the majority of these almonds out, but I am going to leave one whole for later on, and I'll show you what that's for. So just put that to one side. So I'm sure I don't have to show you how to chop these, but I'll just cut them up quickly. So just put them in a line like so. Cut them as small as you like, or as large as you like, it doesn't really matter. And of course this stuffing that I'm actually using is just like a generic stuffing. Obviously there's lots of different variations of this, and I'm sure a lot of you people out there have got your own variation of it, so you can use that, no problem. So we're just dicing this up and adding it to the stuffing. There we go, and the last one. And we'll pop that in. So now, we've got our dried almonds with the stuffing, so now we're just going to mix it by hand, like so. So we just add some hot water into the stuffing, just a little bit at a time, not too much. And always remember that this is really scalding water, so you don't want to burn your hands either. Health and safety. And then we're just going to move that round, because what we're going to make is a nice stuffing ball. So we just keep moving that round, and we want it to get to a quite sticky texture so that it sets into a ball. We'll add a little bit more water. Keep moving that round. And of course we've got the sage in the stuffing and the breadcrumbs, and the almond will add a nice bit of sweetness to the stuffing, which will also complement the chicken. So then we squeeze it together like so. Just put the residue around the dish. Then we'll move the dish to one side, and then we've got our ball of stuffing. Just squeeze that together. And there we have it. There's step one of the chicken potter parcel. So now we're on to step two, where we're going to actually debone this lovely free-range chicken. This was bought from my local butchers. Always support your local butcher. Keep these traditional shops going and these traditional skills going as well, please. Okay, so the first step that we're going to be doing with this we're going to detruss it. So this has been trussed up in the butcher's shop, and you'll see this elastic band in the back of here. So we need to take that off first. So it's just wrapped around both legs, then round the front of the breast, and then off it comes. Make sure you discard that, don't put it down at the side because it can get involved in the chicken again, and it's not very nice eating. So we'll just dispose of that. So, like I said in the introduction, what we're going to do, we're going to remove the drumstick and the thigh together, and we're going to keep that complete. So I'll just show you how to do that. If you do want a more detailed look at this, you can look at my other video, which is where I cut up a chicken into 8 pieces and how to dissect a chicken into portions, that sort of thing. So that'll be down in the description at the end. So what we're going to do is find this piece of skin here, this soft piece here. Now remember, this is the drumstick and this is the thigh going down here, so all that has to come off in one piece. So we take our knife, make sure it's nice and sharp, and you've already maintained the edge on the steel, and just cut into there nice and gently. You don't really want to cut into the meat too much, just through the skin. You can see how that's come apart, like that. Now there's some more skin there, so just come through, nice and gentle. There's no need to rush this. Take your time. Like I said, you can achieve this in your own kitchen, no problem. Now, what we've got here, again, the drumstick and the thigh. Now inside of here, there's a joint, and we've got to find the joint. So you see that white line of fat there? Just place your knife inside of there, like so. Did you hear that joint pop then? So just get inside of there, bring that through, and then we're going to cut along here. And what I would say now, if you change your grip to a dagger grip, which is like so, and then just wickle the point of your knife inside of that joint, and then cut it through like so. Now inside of here we've got a lovely little piece of meat. What a lot of people miss, they just cut straight through this. So just point your knife again and just find the bone and gently work your way along that oyster bone there. And then underneath. And then come out like so. So there you go. So there's one drumstick and thigh removed. Now I'll just put that to one side. I'll do the same again on the other side. So remember what I said. Look for this piece of skin here. Cut through. Open up. You'll find it will open up really easily. And it'll open up without touching it too much with a knife as well. So you look at this part here, through this skin. Always try and cut away from yourself. And what you can do here, just a little bit different way, is just bend that a little bit, and you'll see there's the joint. Now don't forget the oyster meat coming through here. So we'll just work our way through that, like so, and then just work your way along that oyster bone. Nice and gentle. And there you go. So we're just left with the crown now and the wings on. So we'll put that to one side because I'm going to spatchcock that later on. We're going to cook that in the oven. So here we go. The star or stars of the show. The drumstick and thigh. Now this is what's going to make our chicken potter parcel. So what we're going to have to do first, we're going to have to look round it because we've just deboned it off the main chicken breast and make sure that there's nothing on there that we wouldn't like to eat ourselves. So first of all, I noticed that we've got the end of the what they call the hock, this part here. Now if you see me wobble that there, there's a little joint through there, so you can just cut through that and take that away. Do the same on the other one. This is what they call a short hock, this. And we'll just take them away. Same as the elastic band, get rid of it. So I'll put one to one side. Right, so what we're going to do now, we're going to debone this, totally debone it, but we're going to keep this complete, the meat complete. So we're going to start from the base of the hock there. Well, the hock's gone. This is the leg proper. So with the point, just put it against the bone, like that. You'll hear it hit the bone, and then just work your way down nice and gently. Just try and keep the point of that knife on the bone. Now you don't want to go too deep in there, because otherwise you'll come out the other side. You really want to keep this skin intact if you can. So down. Now what will happen is that you've got one bone here and you've got another bone there. This is the femur bone, this, by the way, same as your leg bone. So what we're going to do, we're going to come down here, and then we're going to hit this bone, and then we're going to just work our way along with the point of our knife, and I think you can see that opening up there. And now you can see the shape of the bone there, going down and going that way. So now we're going to go back to this part here. We're going to peel it away from the bone like that. Where we cut in there, we're going to cut in here. We're going to release the whole top part of that bone. And you'll find that this meat will come away very easily. Now one thing to be cautious of is that you've got this bone here, but you've also got a little needle bone. You can just see it coming into play here. So you need to make sure that that comes out with that. You don't want to leave that in there. So this one's broken a little bit, but we'll straighten it out. And then we're going to follow that bone down, like so. Just keep working your way down until you get this one totally free. Nice and gentle, just around the kneecap area there, around this part here. Now we're going to turn it around this way, and then point of the knife, just nice and easy along that femur bone. Now this is really good practice for your point work. So we'll turn it back round that way, and then we're going to work from the top of that and work our way down back to the kneecap. You see how clean that bone is? And then we've come to the kneecap part now. So we're just going to gently work our way around that and leave as much meat with this as possible. And there you go. One deboned thigh of chicken. So we'll put the bone to one side. Of course that can go into stock, so we don't need to waste that. Now once we've deboned this, we're going to spread it out, and we want to check inside of there, make sure there's no bone chips or anything that we wouldn't like to eat, or anything that could ruin our eating experience. So a bit of excess fat there, a little bit of excess fat, don't take too much of that. That can go in our stock. Let's have a look, we've got a tiny bit of blood meat here, so we'll just take that out. It wouldn't really matter, but it's just good practice, that's all. And that's it. So that's your deboned thigh of chicken. So what we're going to do now, we're going to just open that up a little bit, not very much, just on this left side. You'll see that there's a big clump of meat there going along there. So we just open that up a little bit, not too much, just like that. Now the next step is to go back to our stuffing, so I'll just get our stuffing, which is here, okay? Now what we're going to do now, we're going to cut that in half, because obviously I've got two thighs to do. So we'll cut that in half, and we'll make a nice ball with that. Now we're going to place our stuffing inside of the thigh, just like so. Lovely. So the next step now before we turn it over, we're just going to season this a little bit of salt and pepper inside. Nice bit of sea salt, a bit of pepper, and then we're going to bring these two corners over onto the stuffing. Now you can add other things into this, like bay leaves or leeks or anything that you would like, really. So just take that away there. As I said in my other videos, the butcher is always vigilant, always looking, making sure that the customer gets the highest possible standard of meat. So turn that over like that, and now we're going to turn it over like so, and then we're going to tuck it all underneath like that. Now, as I said in the introduction, this is an excellent meal for one. Excellent. You know, you've got children, you could cut it in half and have half each, no problem. But this actually does taste like breast once it's cooked. It's absolutely beautiful. So we've got it to that stage now. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to get the olive oil. And my baking brush, and just coat that in a nice even coating of fresh virgin olive oil. Now of course this will make the top of the chicken taste like olive oil. It'll also help the skin to crisp up, and it also helps for the mixed herbs, which I'm going to sprinkle on in a bit to adhere to the top. Okay, so the next step, we're going to get our dry cured bacon. And here we are, beautiful. So this is a little wide really, so we're going to cut this just down the middle there. Actually, say 2/3 down, and just cut that through there. Put that to one side. So what we're going to do now is take our dry cured bacon, stretch it out a little bit. It will stretch, and then we're going to wrap it just round the bottom edge of the potter parcel, just like so. Okay, so I'll just show you that from the side. Good. Now of course bacon and chicken go really well together. You've got the saltiness and the smokiness of the streaky bacon, and then you've got the beautiful taste of the chicken with the olive oil and the stuffing inside. I'll tell you, they cook up beautiful, these. So we've got it to that stage now. What we're going to do next is take the little thin piece of bacon, what we cut off, and we're just going to add that onto this side here. Cool. So now we get the mixed herbs. Okay, now in here what I've got, you can add exactly what you want to add, it's entirely up to you, but what I've got in here is a bit of parsley, a bit of rosemary, I've got some crushed chilies, and I've got some hot chili powder as well, but that's just my personal preference, and a bit of salt and a bit of pepper. So we'll just sprinkle that over like so. To one side. So the next step, we're going to tie this baby up. So as I said in the description of tools, we're going to use some butcher's twine. Now the knot that I'm going to be using on this is knot number 1 in the Urban Butchery quadrilogy of butcher's knots. So if you just follow the link after the video, you'll see which one that is. So we put the string underneath, bring it over. So once over, twice over, and then down through the loop, which is underneath your thumb. pull that together. Then we're just going to push that up. Not too tight, just so it holds it all together. And then we're going to do the security knot, which is across the thumb, into the crease of the little finger. Just turn your hand, make a loop, see the loop, and with your forefinger and thumb, pick up your string and pull with your right hand. And that sets the knot. So that's the security knot. Then we take our knife, be very careful, and cut your string. You can use scissors for that. So we've got one string on, and we turn it round. Then we're going to put the other string on. So we just put that underneath. Bring it over, once, twice, through the loop, pull together, and then push. Nice and gentle. It's just to hold it into shape, and it'll keep that shape through cooking. So security knot, across the thumb, into the crease of the little finger, keep that nice and taut, and just turn that hand. Make that loop, pincer movement, thumb and forefinger, pick up the string, and close the knot off. Then cut the string. And there we have it. But there is one other thing that I need to add. If you remember, I said about that last piece of fruit that we kept back. You just add that onto the top. One little bit of advice: when you put this into the oven, take this off, and then about 10 minutes before you take it out, then pop it back on, because that will have a tendency to burn. Well, there you go, guys. 2 chicken pot parcels. I'll just give you a little bit of a recap of what we did. So we took our whole chicken, we removed the drumstick and the thigh. We then removed the bone out of the drumstick and thigh. We placed the stuffing inside, and then we turned the drumstick and thigh over. We coated it in olive oil. We sprinkled it with mixed herbs. We wrapped it in bacon, and then we applied the butcher's knot. Well, welcome back, guys. I hope you enjoyed that video as much as I enjoyed doing it. If you did, then please press the subscribe button, and also press the bell icon, which will notify you that I've done new videos, and then you can watch them straight away. And I'll catch you next time on the Urban Butchery Channel. Skills for life.